This week's gun truth of the week was shown to me by a friend. Let me just get into it, and you'll see how it all transpires here. In May of 2021, a report was published in the National Bureau of Economic Research. The report is titled, "Have U.S. Gun Buyback Programs Misfired?" And it was written by Toshio Ferrazeres. So sorry if I messed up that last name. Joseph Sabia and Mark Anderson. We found this report in a recent article by the Pen Patriot, John Gabagool Petrolino. So what did they find? Well, quote, in the 2 months following a gun buyback program, we detect a small increase in gun crimes with no corresponding change in non-gun crimes, end quote, John Petrolino writes. He then goes on to say the increase in crime is noted to be 4.8 to 7%. 4.8% to 7% increase. The conjecture is that potential criminal offenders might be acting in response to perceptions about the likelihood of self-defense among law-abiding gun owners. You can find John's article in Bearing Arms. We're actually going to be talking to John soon. He's going to come on this show and talk all about this. But basically, the fact is, after a gun buyback program, when they say, hey, we're going to buy back these guns and we're going to help make the streets safe and, blah-blah-blah, all that other malarkey, it turns out that there is an immediate increase in crime, and that the thought is that criminals say, hey, if everybody turned in their guns in this gun buyback program, and got the $100, gift certificate for their $1,000 gun or whatever, then it looks like the streets are safer for criminals to do criminal activities. That's the theory. The fact is that crime increases. The theory is it's because criminals know that people are now disarmed, which I think is interesting. What do you think about that? What do you think about gun buybacks in general, Alicia?
I think they're horrible.
Really? What do you think? Why do you think they're horrible?
So here's the thing. So gun buybacks. So there's a couple of different angles to consider. One is, here's what I've seen. I've had a number of people that have come to me asking for clarification. Is it really unknown who I am? Do they really have to, do I have to know? Because a lot of people see it as an opportunity to get rid of guns that they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So for that, I guess if it's something that you legally cannot sell or kind of get rid of another way, and you're afraid that there could be some legal repercussions to you, okay, I can see a buyback program being an unknowing. No one has know who you are. I can see some value in that.
Well, that's the thing is if you are
a good law-abiding person.
Well, if you have a gun that you don't know the value of, and you absolutely want to get rid of it.
And,
you know what I mean?
You don't care.
And you don't care, and you're
right.
not. If you aren't, I hate to say it, if you're not smart enough to be able to understand that has value, and you could actually go to a gun shop and sell it.
Right.
I don't think I want you to have a gun. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's best.
There's some value in that.
But what I really dislike is the PR that comes with gun buyback programs. First off, they're not buying it back,
right?
Because they didn't know it in the first place. Right. But it gives this message that, it's like this assumptive message that, hey, guns are dangerous, and if you have guns, then that makes for a dangerous environment, which the opposite's true. That's not true in any way. Right. But I don't get too excited when there are gun buyback programs. No. I do want to make one major change. If I could wave a magic wand, I wish that the law enforcement agencies that did these gun buyback programs would partner with gun shops.
Yeah.
And say, hey, bring your gun shop, bring your FFL dealer guy,
right.
And that they should be the ones buying the guns rather than buying them and destroying them. Does that make sense?
It does, but like for example, just by way of just kind of explaining the circumstance, like I had a woman that came and did a private lesson with me, and through her experience of working with firearm, working lessons and working on it, she realized that she had acquired a firearm from her brother, who she suspected where the gun was likely probably stolen when knowing her brother, kind of a thing, and the serial number had been removed.
No, that's not good.
And she was
that's a good indicator.
She's like, what do I, what do I do with this? And she was, I kind of gave her some advice, but at the same time, she was leery and she was afraid. She's like, well, what if, if I do X, Y, or Z based on recommendations, could I get in trouble? And she was really, really fearful.
Interesting.
And if there's an FFL involved, there's going to be a trail. And so
True.
For her, this was a way to safely get rid of.
Well,
But there's so many heirloom,
Right.
heirloom vintage guns, beautiful guns, because in these buybacks, they're supposed to be destroyed.
It breaks my heart.
Does.
Almost not every, but a lot of times I'll see a story and they'll lay out the 47 guns or whatever that they bought off of people who had no idea what they had, and inevitably, you see a bunch of value. There's antiques, whatever.
History is lost.
Although I'm pretty confident the cops just steal them and they don't destroy the valuable ones.
I honestly hope so.
All right, so gun buyback programs, 4.8% to 7% spike in crime. So if you want a 4.8% to 7% spike in crime in your neighborhood, then talk to your local law enforcement and get them to sponsor a gun buyback program. And that will increase crime in your neighborhood, which sounds like a fantastic idea and what a great result. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Michael from Gun Owners Radio. If you liked what you saw, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and make a comment. Help us out. Go to gunownersradio.com. Thanks for watching.